Alright, so this is a tutorial on health bars. We have this green health bar that's at 100%. If we touch the enemy, we want our health bar to decrease a little bit by an amount, and once it decreases to 0, we want to lose a life and reset our health bar back to full. So I'm going to touch the enemy, my health decreases, touch him again, it continues decreasing. Touch him 2 more times, I respawn, I lose a heart, and my health bar goes back to full. So this is a clean project with no progress bar in it. Let's see how to do that. I'm going to click on my HUD, and I want to add my progress bar to my HUD because it's a canvas layer, which means it will always be on top of everything else in the scene, so we'll be able to see it. And I'm going to select progress bar. You can also do texture bar if you have a specific image. It's only one line swap to get this to work instead, but we're going to do progress bar for now. And we're going to make this a little bit bigger, a little bit easier for us to see visually. And for me to change the color, I'm just going to set its value to 100 so we can see it. And in modulate maybe. Would backstitch resets my inspector. Visibility modulates. Just gonna make it a green color so it looks like a health bar color. Beautiful, awesome. That looks superb. Alright, now we're going to do some coding in our game logic. Honestly, this could go in other scripts, but I'm just gonna do it in game logic before because that's how I have it working currently. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a few variables. We can add this down here under our export range. Anywhere at the top before these functions start going is where you can declare some variables. Our first one is we're going to export a range, export underscore range, and this range is going to range from 1 to 100. And we're going to make a variable for our maximum health, which we're going to set, that is of type int. We're going to set that equal to 100 off the bat. We're going to create a variable for our health as is, and that's going to be equal to an integer, and off rip, we want it to equal to max health. We're also going to create an on ready variable for our health bar, and that is going to be of type progress bar. Beautiful. And that is equal to, we can find it in our scene tree. We can click and drag, and the reason why we are able to reference this is because this game logic script is in this scene, so we can reference any node that is also in this scene. There's one more variable we want to add, and that is going to be a variable for our health tween. If you don't care about having your health bar like shrink and instead just want it to automatically update, that's fine. I'm gonna make it go a little bit smoothly. We're gonna create a tween so that our health bar shrinks. So our tween is going to be of type capital T, tween. And now at the bottom of our ready function, we're going to set up our variables. So down here below set lives, we're going to set our health equal to our max health. We're going to set our health bar equal to our health bar dot max value. The maximum value of our health bar is going to be equal to our maximum health. And we're going to set our health bar, its actual value, its current value, equal to our current health. And now we're going to create 2 new functions. So these 2 functions are going to be taking damage. So currently in our player script, you'll see that when we take damage, we call this reset function that just resets our position to its original position. We're going to update that. So instead of just resetting, we're going to instead take damage. So anytime an enemy, we're going to have to update our enemy script. See here, our enemy script loses a life. Instead of that, we're going to call our take damage function. So let's create that. We're going to say function, get funky. Our function is going to be called take damage. And we're going to actually take in an argument to our function. So we're going to say it is going to be called amount. The amount is going to be type integer, and I'm going to set it equal to 25 damage so that our health is equal to 100 minus 25. Each damage is a fourth of our health. You can adjust this to any value you want. And our function is going to return void. It's not going to return anything. We are also going to make, for now I'll just say pass in this function so that I can create another function. Our next function is going to be reset health. And we are going to call this function when our health bar has reached 0. We want to reset our health bar back to full upon losing a life. I'm going to say pass. It looks like I forgot a colon here. And now in our take damage function, we're going to set our health equal. We're going to call a max method. Max in there will be health minus the amount. So we are subtracting the amount of damage that we take. And the minimum value that our health can be is 0. We don't want it to go negative. That's not going to make any sense. So if somehow we were at 5 health and we took 25 damage, we want it to say 0. We don't want it to say negative 20. And now one issue we have to partake in is if our bar is currently tweening, if our bar is currently decreasing and we take more damage, we don't want it to reset without fully going through the tween. So we're going to check if we're still tweening. We're going to say if health underscore tween exists, if we are currently tweening, we're going to kill that tween. We're going to say health tween dot kill. We're going to call this again in our reset health just to make sure that we're not going to accidentally reset our health bar before the animation has finished. This is just to prevent any issues, like you might die and reset with only 25 health if you like spam being attacked by enemies. So this is a backup to make sure that our animations are ending and we're not going to reset our health too early. We're also going to set our health tween equal to create tween because we haven't made it yet. We are going to set our health tween tween properties, tween underscore properties, and we're going to call the health bar what we are tweening. We're going to tween our health bar's value. That must be in quotes because it is a path. That's what this method is looking for. This tween property method is looking for the thing that we are tweening, the actual value of the thing that we are tweening. We are going to be changing it to follow the health value. And so health bar, comma, let me word wrap this so we can see it all on one screen. Health bar, comma, value in quotes, comma, health, comma. And we're not done yet with this line. After that final parenthesis, we're going to say set trans, so transition of our tween. We're going to put parentheses after that, and we're going to say capital T tween dot, in all caps, trans underscore linear. So that is the speed and function of how our tween will act. So our tween will be linear, which means it won't speed up or speed down and will be at a constant rate. Our next step is to check if our health is below or equal to 0, because if we have taken enough damage and our health is at 0, we want to lose a life. So if our health is less than or equal to 0, we want to get to our global global.lives. We want to minus equal. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. In our reset health function now, we want to actually check if our health tween is going on. And if it is, we want to kill our health tween. Health tween.kill. And we want to set our health equal to our maximum health. We want to set our health bar value equal to our health. And I think that's all we need for our reset function. Now we need to update how our player is actually taking damage, because right now if our player runs into the enemy, we're still just going to lose a whole life and our bar is not going to decrease at all. So in our enemy script, we're going to delete global lives minus equals 1. And instead, we will have to reference our game logic script. I'm just going to type pass so there's no error. So we're going to go to the top. We're going to make an onReady variable. We can add one right down here next to our onReady variable, and this is going to be our game logic. It's going to be of type node. And because our enemies are in the main scene along with our game logic node, we can actually just click and drag this reference instead of finding it. So our node is equal to, click and drag game logic right there. Beautiful. So that's our reference to our game logic node. And now we can go back to the bottom and we can say if our player loses a life, game logic dot take damage. And this has to be spelt the same way this function is called. We don't need to input an argument in this because we already have set our integer amount equal to 25. If you want to adjust that, you can change that to be any value you want. But now our player should actually take damage when we run into an enemy. And we also want to go to the player script. We want to reference our game logic similar to how we just referenced it in our enemy script. We're going to create a on-ready variable. Here they are. We're going to create an on-ready variable game logic. It's of type node. And because our player is in the scene, we can click and drag our game logic node in there. Beautiful. Now we have a reference to our game logic. And in our reset function, all the way at the bottom of our script, we are going to add at the very bottom game logic dot reset. Oh, I think I called it reset health. Reset health. All right, let's see what happens. I have my health bar. I go over to my enemy, touch him, and my health decreases to 75, decreases to 50, decreases to 25, resets back to 100, and my health has gone down. Beautiful. That's how to make a health bar in Godot with our moddable platformer. So if you have any questions in class.